Hello, and welcome. This is Julie with the Jewel Design, and we are back to the black and white. I know. You only got a week off. I'm so sorry. But this will probably be the last project in the black and white that I'll do before we do covers. So I will do one more tip-in type envelope pocket with you guys today. And then I'm just going to have to go in and do all the little stuff. So like we know these are glued down. This is a pocket where I'm just going to put, black lace and some fussy cuts, and then we'll tuck something into it. I have that concoction of lace and fabrics, sort of fabric flip we were going to do up here to bring some more taupey colors in. Found the bookmark here. So, these guys, much as I want to do them on camera, it's a lot of little things. I don't know if I get much done, and I don't know how it'd be. So they might become a lot of single shorts, depending what I'm doing with it. If I can figure it out, I may glue it down, decorate it up. You get a lot of YouTube shorts from me, maybe throughout the couple weeks in the whites for the black and white. Those are our pages for the middle section. Nice and tight. So those are going to be great, actual writing space. We did work on this last time when we were doing the black and white, where we have this nice stout, pocket now for a nice sized journal. I have to fill up all these pockets I hear I'm trying to do. I just realized I have to fill them all. I'm like, oh no. But love how we do that. We have room for a word. It's all sewn in nicely. So this one's going to have a little lace on the top. It's going to be just a little bit, not so much a flap per se, but it's going to just be a decorative piece. I have fussy cuts underneath that I think I want to cluster. Again, another one that's just gluing it down, a little bit of mini pocket decor, and then deciding if I don't decorate the pouch, just getting the right thing inside of it shines through, kind of deal. So what we are working on today is this last one here. Ugh, where to put everything. The cover is definitely going to be work. So this one's great. This is the Paris on this side. We have this in the back. Now this is going on the back side of this, but I didn't want to get in the way, so we're going to put it over here for the moment. I have decor and labels and things like that to do on those guys. So lots to do, but I just figured if I kept working on it, you guys would get really bored of it. I know it's pretty, it's Paris, it's florals, it's the ladies, and but there's a limit, right? How much you'll watch. I don't blame you. So we'll try to find some new projects next week, or later this week and into next week. I think I have a multi-envelope flap stack type thing that maybe we'll work on next. Instead of doing the bags and stacking them, I have a variety of envelopes that they'll open up and stack kind of thing. So that might be our next project. It's been sitting there. I was going to figure out what papers I want to use. So anyway, hope you all had a wonderful weekend. So what we're doing on this one is not too different from what we did last time. Last one was a vellum. But we tipped it on the inside and opened it up and definitely made it a focal point and had a pocket on the inside. This time we're flipping it on the inside open and giving us the ability to do some writing here. This is a full rose page that we're so what you're doing is when you're opening it, you're opening up, and you can pretty much open it up. Hopefully this sews right, and you can sort of, write a little bit here. There's some maybe writing here, but it doesn't really interfere. This right here, flip it open, look at it, use it, all that jazz. This one we're just opening up, and you can write on here. It's a little hidden spot where it just opens up, and you can write on it. I have to decide if we want to put a little circle tab here, so maybe it stays tucked in. It's a good idea. Once we cover it, we'll see. I definitely have a tab for here, so to open it up. And then on the inside, we have this nice large pocket, really ready to go. And we're going to glue down the other half of this. This could have been glued down and made another pocket, but I decided to make it an opening space. So instead, we have the room to put a small tag journal card in here. And we'll cover this up. And of course, then we have another large. So I have some serious, large journal cards to make. For this journal, that is for sure in a couple spots. So that's once we get this covered, we will then just glue it onto here like we did before. Because we don't see that part. That's so bummer that they're covered. But anyway, it's going to get glued down like it did, and this is going to get centered and glued down here. So we'll add lace and stuff to this piece, keeping this pretty simple. So you do have the potential with a really good black pen to still write on that. So we are going to sort of decorate it according to what's here. I'm going to keep the fleur-de-lis on this side, and then when you open it, it's going to have roses on this side. So it sort of mimics what it sort of lays over. That way it blends in its own right. So right now I don't need this page. That we won't need that until the end when we are actually, tipping it in. We say tipping because we are using, some way we are finding a small piece to glue down, or a small piece of paper that you glue onto that happens to be folded in a signature. So this was folded in and sewn here. You would have this little piece on the other side that you could glue something onto to extend that out and make it useful. In this case, we are just gluing this to the back side so it stays in place and doesn't, wear and tear. Now, what we might do right now, that we're not going to see it. Oh, we are going to see it. I don't know. I was going to put some washi tape here just to make sure it held up. But I think we'll do it on the inside this time, just like we did the other one. Where's my black and white? Oh my goodness. You know what? The cat knocked a bunch of stuff over. Oh no, there it is. I thought, oh no, don't tell me I lost my washi somewhere. That would have been bad. So what we're going to do the same thing we did last time. We're going to allow the washi to show here because it is, this will get hidden, but this does not. And we want to make sure that our cute little envelope doesn't get too much wear and tear, that it can't, hold up and then it rips off. Because ripping off is not a good thing. And what I'm going to do is, give me a moment. A little off this morning, I noticed. Well, off for me, it's a morning. For you guys, it's the evening. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. I hope Tuesday was a wonderful, this should be a Tuesday. Hopefully Tuesday was wonderful for you. I hope your weekend went well. That Mother's Day, if that fits the bill, was a wonderful week. It was nice here. It was, I think, let's see, it was 80, like just low 80s the day before. So it definitely dropped into like mid 70s, I think. Low to mid 70s on Sunday. So it was enjoyable. We stayed home. We stayed in, which I'm glad because come to find out, my youngest got sick. She had a very busy week with all the practices and the back and forth between different schools and all the kids she was around. And then she went to the boardwalk. Well, I think she went to the boardwalk sick. We just didn't realize it because it was mild. She was like playing with mild headache. And every throat was killing them because, of course, all the playing and all the weather and the screaming because it was an awards night on that Thursday night after the concert. So everybody just had a long week. So we didn't think, no one thought anything of it because it wasn't a full-blown like, oh my God, I'm miserable. I'm just like off, and all the kids were, and so they all come home just dead tired Saturday night, and from their boardwalk trip, and some of them had to play, others just got to go as a reward, and being a supportive team member, and yeah, wake up Sunday morning, and she's just like, everything hurts, and I don't feel good, but she was like, okay, I'm gonna trudge on, I'm gonna do my chores, it's Mother's Day. Right, the other one decides to take a nap because, like, her and me had been, we had been shopping and out the day, while one was at the boardwalk. The oldest and me were preparing and shopping for the trip. We binge watched a new show, so one of our series, and so like we didn't go to bed till like 2. We're like, okay, no big deal, we get in, but neither one of us got much sleep. We went to 2 and start waking up, and she all of a sudden her husband was bugging her, so she was awake at 5 o'clock, so she didn't go back to sleep till 7, and I'm waking her up at 10, and oh, it was weird. I don't know. It was a weird Mother's Day. Good Mother's Day. I mean, not bad in any way, but just weird. We're like, okay, maybe not. So I'm going to do a little bit of, I was going to go black, and I did a little bit of black, but I'm actually going to think on this side, I'm going to go silver sort of on this side, because we're going to do, this one, we're on this side, we are not going to, I'm just going to do the paper directly on here. Let's get this out of the way. And, on this side, but the other side we are going to, maybe I'll do silver on all of it. We are going to use the black to thicken up the paper, or thicken up the card. And this is a pretty good envelope. It's not a thin one. It's a pretty good stout envelope that I got and actually didn't have any writing on it. I don't even know how I got a hold of it. I'm like, wow, no writing, no nothing on it. I was like, it's a perfectly good envelope. Which is so rare to get. So it's a good envelope. It's pretty thick. But I do still want to put the black construction paper on, do our typical border concept. But we're going to go white, black, and then the decor. So give it a different image, just like we sort of try to do with the, did we do that with the other one? I don't even know if we did that with the other one. What did we do with the vellum one? The vellum one we did not, because it was vellum. I didn't really want to cover any of it up. That's right. We did vellum and we kept it sort of see-through. And we just used the paper. This one is white, so we get to have some fun with the layering. Let's make sure when I do it all, I make sure everything is in the right direction. I'll go back over this edge with the... The only reason I'm enhancing this one, of course, it is the thumb notch for whatever large thing I put in here. So I am trying to encourage that. No, I do realize we're getting a little loose here. Flaps aren't always meant to be too crazy. I need my thing. But anyways, yeah, so we kept it quiet. We had a late morning and a late breakfast, and it was almost lunch. Actually, I think it was lunchtime, so we did that. And then girls take naps, and we played and goofed, and I don't know what I did. I don't remember what I did. Worked on something. I don't know what. Then the girls made dinner, and then, yeah, we watched movies and just sort of hung out and made the most of it. So I tried to get some sleep because, you know, the youngest was definitely not feeling good. I was like, oh no. She's like, and then I think by that night I was like, oh, you have a fever. You are sick. Okay, great. So, like, man, come on. I had to be a mother at the end. I couldn't take the day off. Yeah, a mother couldn't take Mother's Day off. Gasp. Okay, so let's see if I can. I have it generally under wraps, but so what I want to do for this side and have to sort of blend and mirror. We're going to do the white. We're going to do the black, and then we're going to put, do like we've been doing and ink this one, and we're going to give it the smallest border. It's going to be a big one. It's just a little one. We don't have to do a lot. But this way we have this nice stacked imagery. It'll wrap over to open up. Lets me decorate the corner. Maybe this upper end, so we got decor up here. We have the flap that opens, and there's some still potential writing area if they want on this one. So the fun part is now deciding. I should measure it for once. Oh, where is my... Let's find a measurement on this thing. Let's put this where I think I want it with a reason and see if I can get a measurement. Alright, so if I go just inside, hopefully my head's on the picture, at least it's done, it's all cute and curly. And if I go 18 and center it, I think would be okay. So it's 18 centimeters, it is not 18 inches. That's way in here, which maybe I'll start with that and then eyeball the width so I don't under or overdo it. Well, it's not even 18. It's 18 to 30, so that's actually, what, 12? 12 centimeters? Okay, that's just gonna... I'm gonna screw myself up with doing that one. I just know that. Let's try this again. Let's see what we got going here. So this is 5 and 5 and 3/16. So, not 3/16 if I want to take a little bit, not quite either way. No, let's go 5 inches. Let's just do 5 inches and work my way. So 5 that way, and then same thing, 3/8 this way. So go 5 by 7, and that should nicely fit in the middle. Okay, yay! Measurements are always a good thing. I think we're getting to that point where I need to start measuring. Oh, we got really lucky with most of the rest of it, but let's not push our luck, right? Okay, let me cut that, and I will come right back so you guys don't have to deal with that mess. 1 second. Okay. Alright, so I cut this one 5 by 7, and we are right there. And then this one I took 2/16 off, or 1/8, and gave us a tiny, again, just within reason. So we have this nice border, right? Nice little double bordered, clean contemporary look. I know. Very contemporary look in something that's supposed to have a vintage, antique-y, well, not antique, but vintage, European feel. I know. Can't help myself. But black and white sort of lends to that sometimes. It's elegant, it's clean, it's crisp, it's, but we're having that softness by, the fleur-de-lis and the, what's the other word? They're not all just fleur-de-lis, but there's another wording for that. And, the flowers and the roses and the ladies' dresses definitely give you a softer feel inside. So then I did make sure what direction I cut this and the way I would write so that I had it upright. And because otherwise I was about to cut it and these were going to be sideways, and I wanted to keep it upright with the same direction as the paper. So there's that. Okay, so let's see. How do I want to do this? I think we're going to still keep to the basics here. I'm going to glue stick this on, and then, but we will, what's the word? No, she's up. I'm on my guy here. She's up. Hopefully she's okay. Yeah, she's been struggling. Like, she had a fever on and off all day Monday, and then I thought she got really hot and sweaty. I thought maybe she broke the fever last night. I don't know. She's still low 90s, but she gets cold. But she's always cold anyway, so she's under a blanket. She's under a hoodie. I go to check her and she's like 99.6, and I'm like, but you're underneath everything under the sun. Can you take that off for a moment? I need you to cool off for a second so I can see if you really are warm. So about every 3 hours she's either getting Tylenol or Advil, and we're varying it. So every 6 hours she gets Advil, but in every 6 hours she gets Tylenol, but we do vary it so that she's getting one or the other. And I forgot to give her the Advil. I just realized when I went in there, I was worried about the headache and then forgot about the Advil. Oh, jeez. Great mom. Great mom. And this is not cut. Neither one of these seem to be cut as good as I want it to be. Well, shoot, people. Even though I swear I cut them with the cutter. Even then, sometimes I get something a little off. And this seems to be the whole, kit and caboodle theme of this thing. Let's see if we can do this. I think we're trying to do it. Sorry, guys. I'm going to be off camera for just a moment. I'm trying to do it, where you guys can see me, but then it means I'm off. I'm trying to get it to where you're getting all aspects, all corners, all edges evenly. It's not as easy as it looks. There we go. Okay, a little better. Try not to be too inattentive about it, but, good enough. All right. And if it starts coming up anywhere, I can put the glitter glue in there. All right. All right. Now, gosh, I see the debris everywhere. All right, so that needs to go this way, which is the direction of the paper. This is not, see? Let's make sure it's all, because this is going in this way. I want to make sure everything stays upright. Now, because I am doing this the way I am not tucking anything in. So yes, the next layer is on top and not underneath. So we're not tipping in our, flap here on top of this that flaps the other way. It is just going to open up and not be hidden. We're going to use supposed to be a coin envelope, and I sort of turned it into a page over, side tuck page over, double pocket. You can use it in a couple different ways, as you're seeing me today, where I'm not turning one side into a pocket. I'm using it as a flap that you can write on, and the other one we are tucking something into. So, but I sort of changed I feel like the instructions on the design, because I feel like it could be more useful. I hate putting graphics on something that you feel like you're just going to glue down on the page. I thought, here you have this cute coin pocket, and if you glue it, the pocket down as a, the envelope down as a pocket, the whole back is now not, it could be plain, could be not, but I always had a decorative end to it. So these guys, this side was always just as decorative as this side. Looks like this, has its, right, this is what I was doing. And you would glue it, and it makes this cute little coin pocket, right? And you put tags and stuff, but I hated that we always were gluing that down. So then one day I was like, wait, we do a lot of things where we flip it over. So some of things I have a hole punch here or here. So to glue here and tuck it in here, or glue it here and tuck it in here. And then on the other side, you have the one with the gussets, these tabs, to make it a little thicker so that you could get a little more in it. Or in this case, sometimes I had this was decorated out with the design. So it's all one piece, and you do it this way so you actually can just do a glue down here and get something wider tucked in. So I've definitely changed the use of these things since I made even this kit. Definitely since I made this kit. So yeah, I am just having a lot of fun finding a different way to use what was, from, a little different than what I originally started out at. So, like I said, our cardstock is a light off-white, so it has a nice cream tone. So everywhere I can, we're trying to add in that kind of layer or image to our black and white. So it's not perfect black and white. We do have little bits of cream. I'm hoping to put this in somewhere, maybe in the front cover, but I gotta get rid of that blue stitch. Ugh, I gotta cover that up. I'm like, oh no. All right, so for this one, before I glue that in, I want to put a bottom piece to this, so it's out of the way. I don't know whether to go felt, which I sort of like that. We'll maybe laying it up here and do our little tiny scallop off of it, or I'm using the black and white ribbon. I want a little something sticking out. We'll have just a few pages here and there where I want lace, on an edge or a bottom or top. So I either do that. I know. I can't really see because I did that cover. So we could put this where it doesn't interfere with this, or it sits on top. And we'll do it to where it doesn't interfere so we can see that whole bit. So we got black with the white. Or I wonder if this is just too white. Like it's just more white on something that's already very white. We already have a very white background with the fleur-de-lis. Let's do the reverse. I know I was going to put this black lace on page 3 when we did that little, I had a pocket to put in one of the skinnier panels, and I was going to use this on the bottom, sticking out in the front, but that really does look good with that though, because this is sort of a fan. We call it our black fan lace. I'm in camera. Yes, okay. These are the fans, but it has a nice feel to this. Layers, thoughts, processes, changing my mind, and that's okay. Now this one, no, it is a repeat. Okay, it has a similar both top and bottom. So I want a little something sticking out. I really do. It is flatter, so I can wrap that over and not worry about it. But if I wanted to, I could still do both. Still add a little bit of this white over that on the bottom to give a layer. So let's do it that way. Okay. Decisions made. Not going to worry about it. We're going to do it, man. We're just going to do it. So anyway, so yeah, she's been sick. She had a great weekend though. I mean, the Thursday, like I said, went really well. A lot of great awards. They did a great job performing. Color Guard got to sort of like the start off the season. They got thrown into a high school field show. Barely knew what they were doing. Especially the newbies went out there, practiced, gave it their best, and then they got to repeat that same thing at the end of the concert on Thursday night. And there was such an improvement. I recorded it and watching them work together in front of the band's color, in front of the band and that color guard that was just on the stage above them. They looked so good. I was just like, oh, it's the proudest mama moment, and more of a band mom, not just a mom. I mean, mine did good too, but as a group, they just looked awesome, and I was just like, oh, I'm so excited, right? I'm so happy, and great awards to our 8th graders who, of course, won't be here next year, so they're moving on with, moving up into the high school. Hopefully most of them were moving up. I know a number of them are, but I don't know if all of them are. I don't know if all of our 8th graders, a good dozen of them in the color guard and in the band that are moving up. So hopefully a number of them are moving up into the new, the next level, which is awesome. And then it was just really great Thursday. But they, none of them had a voice when they were done. They were all so tired. They had Friday off, and then they were gone all Saturday, and some performed again in the band, and others just got to go play, which was wonderful, but they came home so tired, and oh well. So we had a quiet Sunday for Mother's Day, so I hope you guys all had a wonderful, those who watch, if you have children of any sort, whether it was furry children, adopted children, foster children, teacher of children, because sometimes it's a break on your own. Hopefully you got spoiled on Friday, maybe before school got out. Well, we just had a wonderful Sunday. And the weather was pretty good here, so I'm hoping everybody else had good weather too. We did that, and then I was supposed to film this yesterday, but as I'm getting to that point where it's almost I'm filming the morning of the night that you see it, because that's just as soon as I can get to it. We have new products I had to sort and take photos of before you never know when the next day of good or bad sun's going to show up, so I can't waste my moments, but I still have things I have to organize, so I didn't get enough done, but I got some done. So we're going to sit that right on top of the white, but we're going to cover up the black. And I think, I don't know if I have any pre-done ones. I know I have a lot of paper that I can ink up, but I think we're going to put a tab here to keep it closed. But I should have, I'm hoping I have, well, that's just probably the one kit I don't have any. I know I have itty bitties, but I don't know if I have any coins for this one. Actual coins. I see a bunch of things I cut out. Oh, there they are. Oh, they're these. Those are really small though, but that's sort of cute though. It might be just enough to keep it lightly tucked in. I mean, I could do anything actually. I could do just about anything to tuck it in. That would be sort of cute. It's a reverse, but if I do it just right, you could tuck it in this way. Ooh, I like that idea. Oh, we're going to change that up. We're going to make a very unusual tuck. Inspiration is inspiration. We're going to take it when we get it. Okay. I have the pack of, we need those two. stack, the pack. Now I could mean, or I could do this one. This is a round. This is a half round. So that would, again, take care of the issue. Let me tuck it in and make it more obvious, which is the top of that. Or do I go something different? I don't know. I think we need the bigger size. We were in the right size, but let's use the circle that is there, of course, right? Usually circles are great for these type of tucks. Whale tails and things like that work too. There are many ways to make a little tuck to hold in your envelopes in pieces. Okay, I love how things are just flying, and I'm decorating as we go, so we are not, you guys get a little bit of everything. It's not just, we are going to work this out. Now I won't exactly glue this down yet until I get this glue down, which I got to do the back, but we have an idea now. So let's get this sort of ready. Oh, it's very white right there, but we're gluing it down. I just don't know. Now that I have good scissors, I'm going to cut that out. I want to be able to see around it and through it a little bit more than I am right now. I'm like, it's nice. It has a good, it does have a nice, what's the word? Shadowing in it, but I'm like, no, I may not be able to perfectly ink it, but I would prefer, I think, to be able to see everything through. Yeah, we're going to glue that down perfectly right to where we think we need it. It's going to be glued down. It's going to be glued down, and we leave this part open so we can tuck into it. Okay, so there's that, and we'll add gems and things like that to it. Okay, so there's that. So that gets us started with our decor, and I might now, because I'm doing some stuff down here, maybe we'll add another layer here. We will cluster here to keep that tucked, and we'll leave this open for a good pen writing capability. Okay, because whatever I put in here is going to be pretty flat in a large card, so it shouldn't mess up any kind of writing capability there. Okay, so we are, I'm so excited. Okay, so with that, I can either add the other one, I could add a label. If I wanted to, we can do a label in there. We can do a ticket, admission, since again, it says a theater, so maybe we can, do a little, we're going to do a little clustering. I think we're going to do some clusters up here. We're going to cluster this in some form. I do have circles in here. I don't have any more small flowers, leaves. No, I could cut this one out and use it. I don't want to get too repetitive. Oh, the poor sirens keep going off. Don't have a lady in any way on this front one. But I think with a long tag, I don't know. I know I have larger ladies cut out and stuff like that, but I don't think I have any little ones. A square. Alright, so we've got some possibilities. I definitely have things I can work with here that we can definitely make a nice cluster out of. So I'm very stoked about that. Okay, well that's all. I had the Eiffel Tower too, but I don't know. So okay, there's some pieces we're going to work with here in a moment. Let's get going. But I like the idea of the cluster next to this page as a tuck, so that way it is where we want it to be. Now, I need this page that I just put everything on top of course. Move over for a minute. I have this, which no real use for, but I never know. Okay, so the inside is a little bit different. We are not putting a border. I mean, we're going to use the white and definitely the inking side of this as our layer, as our shadow to everything, which now I put the lace down there, so it's a little harder. There we go. And we are gluing it down, gluing everything down. So I'm thinking I'm going to want the darker, brighter, like the darker floral. There's no good, I love how there's no good perfect way to do this. I like that one actually. So even though there's going to be, yeah, the pocket's going to be here, I like this corner. So let's ink this side so I know what I'm working with. I am doing the black on this page. I am going to, make it stand out a little bit more because we are doing some shadowing and some dimension. Again, we're going to keep it to a pretty thin so we don't really see any mismatches. Where's my, now I know 5 worked last time for all the pretties, but okay, so 7 definitely comes up short. So I'm probably going to go 7, and that's 1/16. Because 2/16 or 1/8 is definitely too much. So we're going to go 7 and 1/8. So we'll probably go 5 and 1/8. I don't know if we have all, no, we don't have all 5 though, huh? We do not. Okay. So this is 4 1/2. So we are going to want to go 3/8, 4 3/8 this way. Let's just not mess ourselves up here. All right, so we want to go across 4 3/8. But we want to go down 7 and, what did I say? We wanted a little bit of room, 7 1/16. Okay, so that way it sits inside here. And once we do that, it's going to sit in here, right? So what I'm going to try to do is see if I can get my circle to match it up in a way to where when it sits offset, it's also going to be offset here. We're going to give that a shot. It may not work, but I'm going to try. And we can't forget, shoot, I guess this is going to be obvious. I should have hidden it, and I always forget to hide my tabs. But we'll do what we did last time, and we're going to sit it inside the levels here. I normally don't. I always forget to do that, and I think this time, let's glue it down, so maybe that does tuck underneath the back this time. So let's get that done really quick. But yeah, so so things are going well otherwise. We had a good weekend. We're working on this. Finished that little drugstore project. Got it all done. It's in the shop. So we'll take a look at that. I do have a quick short for tomorrow night. Not short, well, not a short, but a quick Etsy share tomorrow night. So come on back. I have some some things at our shop, and a family member has a lovely shop that I bought stuff from, and so I'm showing off some of her stuff that I want to use in my upcoming projects. So there you go. I do have an Etsy share bonus tomorrow night, but it shows off some stuff. If it hasn't sold, then my drugstore, my drugstore, I call my drugstore bag folio ephemera piece is in the shop. It came out really cute, and so I'm really happy with it. All right, so it looks like one side's definitely shorter than the other just because of the way I folded it, which I never fold these right. They should be exactly the same, but it's the way I cut them. All right, so the shorter end we're going to put on this side so that there's less of it, and we'll have a little bit more on the back. But we need to get enough down that it doesn't come right off, right? Tabs are great. They're all in everything. I'm glad. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. That has been fun to watch. I know it's black and white, but hopefully it's still been inspiring. And you guys have enjoyed at least the idea of the waterfall. Not everybody does them for, we all do them at least once in our lifetime, I guess. There we go. So we lined it up with the line the best I could with my cut job. And then that way in the inside, it is going to get covered. For the most part, we're barely going to see any of it here on the back, so I'll help reinforce it and make it flatter. But any white I see, I'm just going to try to cover it up in black if I can. If not, well, I'll cut it off. Ugh, cutting it off is easier said than done, right? Nope, not even going to try. We'll let it do its thing. Okay. What am I going for? Oh, cutting. So I will pause again and cut that so that you guys don't have to deal with that part, and I have less chance of making it a massive boo-boo. Boo-boos are not good. So there's my measurements. Definitely. All right, so let me cut this. And okay, so I thought I unpaused it and showed you guys the front, clipped this out, inked it, and glued this on, and went to pause again or do some, I don't know what I went to go do, but I want to go check the time. And realized that I didn't unpause. Like I thought I hit it and it stayed paused. Not a huge deal. At least I caught it. I didn't get any farther in. Oh, if I got another 20 minutes and decorated this whole thing, guys, and I wasn't there. So it's okay. All right. So all I did was trim this down. It did work on the sides, as you can see. Did a notch. I couldn't shadow it because, like I said, we noticed that the 2-inch cut, they're the same size. So couldn't really shadow it. I had to have a bigger circle cut. And all I did was glue these down. We used the flaps on the inside to give our gussets. This is definitely thicker though. You can get this in here without ripping, and it'll allow me to do my little tags. I could put 3 or 4 single tags. I could cut this as a double tag and fold it and put it in here, and this would have room to do so. So hey, that's all I was jibber-jabbering about. But what I was debating on was whether do I put it in and you guys watch me just glue this down, which doesn't make much sense. Why would I want to do that? So all we do is this would be glued. This is tapped in, right? And we're going to go a little off. I was going to off center it, but now I'm realizing, no, I don't want to do that. Not much, because I wanted that black. The whole point was that so that black lace would show on the bottom. So we're going to line it up, on the bottom here, and I'm just going to glue it down, and we're all good to go. Okay, but I'm not going to do that on camera because, well, that's sort of boring. Who wants to see that? I did that with a couple of the others. You know how that works. Don't need to. So instead, we're going to glue on that cluster. And I'm like, oh, good. I still have 20 minutes. I have not run out all the time. Oh, so I have editing to do on my film. Oh, it makes it a little bigger sometimes. But I did have to go to a different program. My old program just, I'll try. And if it doesn't combine, it doesn't work, then I'll have to do it on another. But, okay, so let's decorate. Okay. I'm thinking about getting some of that white lace in there. We have our... With that in mind, let's see if we can get the lace below it. We want to just before we hit the edge here. You are close enough? No, not really. Let me get you a little closer so you can see what I'm doing without getting out of camera. There we go. We're going to do it where this stays open. So this can be tucked in and you just pull it out, tuck it in. All good. We'll get that all glued down. Let's get you all your edges inked up. We have a tab. We're going to do we're going to decorate this cluster here. And then, I'll let you go because that will at least have some potential. So emit 1. I was thinking about something like an Eiffel Tower but with the tassel on this, it already has sort of a lengthy piece. So the Eiffel Tower doesn't make much sense. I don't want to erase all of the ticket because that does look really good with the Paris Theater. I was thinking about, the corset, which is actually not on that collage page. Maybe tucking that under that stamp if I wanted somehow. It's another square / rectangle. But then we also have the potential of the floral circle somewhere. That'd be a lot of weird shapes. I want weird shapes. I want unusual. I want the admit 1. I maybe want the circle. Now these are just 1 inch dangle circles. I think we want the flowers to continue on there. I have just a palest line around them where you really can't see it. Either you leave it be or you can ink it and, you're all good to go. Really liking the black ink on everything. A little harder to not get it everywhere, but I do like the black shadowed ink on everything. Okay, so I know it's sort of circle and circle because we do have that already. But I do sort of like that better since this is so square. We have square on square. I have it. I wonder if I could just tuck it up here. I gotta get all the little circles out though. That's the fun part. I did not think about that when I made these things. That the stamp look, mail stamp, isn't as easy to replicate. Sorry guys, I'm off camera because I don't want all these little pieces all over the place. Some of them are very obvious, some of them are not. But with some inking, you don't have to see everything. Yeah, I didn't line them up to any real spacing. I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. I just spaced the circles out, not realizing that they may be tough to duplicate. Alright, so I could do something like that. Or, circle and circle, huh? Hold on. We're getting there. I see potential. I just have to figure out which way to go with it. And I have the lace underneath it, so it's making it temperamental. Don't have to see the stamp part. But that would break that up, though, if I go 1 under, 1 over, and maybe something like that. It is a cluster. It is a decor. And as long as we make sure everything stays inside, it doesn't get in the way. It's flat, so it definitely doesn't get in the way of... Now, doing all this, you really don't see the lace underneath it, so I don't see a need for the lace. Can't see it, so I'm like, We're overlapping the black lace, which is great. Emit 1. Here I go. I'm going to be doing this, and all of a sudden I'm going to be gluing it down exactly where it sits at some point. Now, if I wanted to, I could cluster this up and have it stick up here, but I don't think I want to with the fact that it's so far inside that by doing it any other way might... Alright, here's what we're going to do. I've done this before where I literally, where they overlap, I start gluing. So I do not lose the cluster that I have. because usually I love exactly what I have where it is, and I hate picking it up and moving it around. It irritates me trying to figure out where to put it back, because you get that perfect look in your head, you get that perfect design, and you're like, that's exactly where I want it, and then you're like, oh, I moved it. I didn't put that piece back there because I couldn't figure out which direction to do it in and all that jazz. So we're gonna do that there and down here because I need my floral to go in its place. So there we go. So there's our generic cluster that's sticking to the paper. All right. And we don't want that to get caught, so we are going to definitely glue that down across everything. But we're making our nice little cluster. It'd be great to get something in there, but I think we'll put pearls or something on top for dimension. We're gonna do that a different way. Okay, so that's all glued together. Now we just have to glue it down. I need a little bit of both though. I need both glitter glue and a little bit of fabric tack because, so here's the thing, let me look. I want to make sure that, yes, okay. So we're going to go straight down here, but we're not going to go over because we don't want this part of the cluster glued down. It is our tab. It is our little flap that we are going to stick our writing space into. So we don't need that. Now I just put glitter glue down there. May not stick. Sometimes I've combined the two. I do a little bit of both. Hold on. Let me think this through here for a second. I'm going to wipe away a little bit of this glue, just to be on the safe side, and add my fabric tack, which I'm probably off the camera right now, sorry. Fabric tack looks a little bit better. Hold on, 1, 2. Oh, sorry, that was weird. Okay, there we go. Lining everything up with that sort of top piece, hoping nothing is glued down. Yep, okay. I'm not gonna press too hard. We want to make sure. Pressing with my hand, keeping it warm to sort of activate everything. Hoping. You know, like after all the warmth last week, you're definitely a lot more fog this week and cooler weather. So, all right. So there we go. See, it just tucks in. It looks like a cluster, but you can actually open it up. Yeah, right, there we go. Love it! Because I wanted to decorate up here, and I was like, well, so now you have some writing. You can write up here, open this up and write here. Then you would flip it open. You will have things, and you'll have things tucked in here to write on. And then there's space, of course, on the page itself. I don't have to, and because with the tags are in here, whatever's on the tag, we're going to decorate the tags. So that's going to be our decoration here. Because I may actually be able to do both, guys. I have to do some. I do need some pearls and stuff, but okay. Let's see what else can we put on there. I don't know whether to glue this down and then maybe decorate it up so they have a nice picture to show off. Gotta have the picture to show off, right? Oh, I'm happy. Oh, so happy. Love when things actually just sort of fall into place and you guys actually get to see me do it, which sometimes is so rare. So I want pearls. I'm just figuring out. I mean, I could sporadically put some in the tassel. I just don't know. Yeah, that might be on the pages get a little bumpy. Maybe I can decorate this up a little bit. We have to write on that, so I don't know how much I want to decorate that up. I could do accents of silver this way. I could put glitter in places. Like I could enhance things, lines and stuff on here with glitter glue. Or glitter, puff paint glitter. That way it's shiny, but it's not bulky. You know, I want to put the pearls somewhere. How can I not want to put pearls? Maybe we can find a circle pearl for this one. Maybe just the one. I do have some smaller. I really do love these. These are one of my new favorites. I mean, I had the flat pearl, which I can cut, which is about the right size. Or I can do more of the vintage. These do stick up a little bit more than these do, so maybe we need to keep flatter. The right size. I love these for size, but they stand up a little bit more. So we're trying to not do too much bulk because we are getting to the back. No, let's do this one. Okay. All right, let's cut a perfect little doohickey here. Get all the strings off. Put a nice pearly accent to the top of our perfume bottle here. It's got to have some bling, and then we'll add the glitter, silver glitter, to this page so that it doesn't when I'm done and I'm off camera, I will do that so you can see it in the next round. We don't want to get the glitter everywhere. I am using glitter glue. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't on these guys. Well, I'm glad you guys got to come along. I'm glad that didn't completely goof up too badly. Oh, well, at least I didn't do too much. At least I caught it and I checked before I started decorating because I was like, oh, excited. And I was like, oh, let's decorate. And it made me look to see exactly how much time I had left because I really should have been farther along. Good about, oh, I don't know, 10 plus minutes. I thought, oh, I don't know how much time I have to decorate. And I was like, why does that say 30-something minutes? And I realized that it wasn't counting down. All right, come on. Upside down, right side up. There we go. I just need you to slide over. There we go. There we go. So on the top of the bottle there, where all the gadgets are, we're going to put a pearl. Da-da-da. So let's line up this up with the paper, and then I will know what to glue down. I think I'm going to have the envelope, for the most part, line up with the page, which, yes, lines up both ways. Okay, so we're going to do one of two things. We are going to utilize the fact that there is a sticky and some glitter glue. Yeah, we'll do glitter glue, I guess. We want to make sure it really sticks. So, and we do have some stuff everywhere. I only have a few seconds to catch it before it, goes down. Now, of course, gluing this page down is definitely going to give me the rest of what I need. But it looks like I lined it up. There we go. Make sure it's nice and tight, because if this is not tight enough on the page, I'm going to have problems with trying to open it up. So, let's do that. We're going to go here, and we're going to press down nice and flat. I know, it's dirty. But this way, hopefully everything will hold. So I am definitely tipping the page into the envelope and then gluing it down onto the matted panel. There we go. And there's still a little bit that when we're closed, we're going to have a little bit of lace underneath. So, ta-da! Okay, so now the big thing. Half of both, I guess. We're going to do a little bit of both. I think we're going to do both. I think on the inside, I'm going to do the glue stick, and then we're going to do the glitter glue on the edges, which I think was just what I was starting to do. At one point, I was starting to do that. I don't remember if I did it, I think on my own here. I don't think I did it with you guys. I got to a point where I was like, okay, what pages do I know I'm working on, so I'm going to hold off and not glue those down, because we don't want to take chances. And then other pages, of course. I was like, well, wait, we're not doing anything with them on the, potentially on the inside, so let's just glue them down. Which, yeah, we're getting to that point where I'm like, okay, I think I'm good. So, a lot of work to be done on the off camera, because, oh, there's just so much to do. I could probably, this one is definitely going to be a while. I probably won't have it finished in time. It'll probably be something I put up for sale after we get back from the trip. That trip is like 30 days away. What are we, today's what, the 14th? So just about, yeah, we are 32 days away from our trip. It's unreal. It's uncanny. Am I far enough away from the corner? Just barely. Whew. Yeah, it's going to be tight on the thing, and I can't pick it up. I just know it. I don't even want to try. We can try to push it a little bit this way, but we're going to do that wallpaper scrunchy. Like, let's just, maybe if we bring it down this way, like it might shovel a little bit this way if I, probably not. It is down. It is down tight. I probably needed to be out a little bit farther, but that's okay. And I'm close up, aren't I, right now? I forgot about that. I was doing that for the decor, so all I'm doing is clearing the edges. That's all it is. Oh, silly video. I know. Okay, there we go. Now you should be able to see again where we're at. No, it's not bad. No, it's not too bad. All right, so yeah, I am just coming up at my 55 minute mark, so we don't want to go too much longer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, look at that. We've got a cluster that helps keep in our little flap so we can write on it. Okay, tuck that back into our pretty lace. I'll put some silver glitter here. You have room to write up here. You have your tab to help open it up. So I'll have to put a large journal card. It's a nice thick piece though. It's definitely not stout. So we'll put a large journal card of some sort here, and I will put some of my journal tags in here. So we have things to pull out and write on. all of this page, all of this to write on. And it goes in here. So, you know, we have, wait, that's the back. Wait, I'm like, wait, I'm missing the wrong page. There we go. I was like, wait a minute. There we go. So when you're looking at it, you get to this back page. You've got all this writing space over here. You've got some writing here. You have writing down here. Flip it open. There's stuff in here to write. So you can go either way. Like when you're opening and using it, you know, like you have flowers on top of pale flowers. But when you're here, you have fleur-de-lis on top of, like, you know, pale up on top of dark. So a lot of different things, but it looks pretty because there's roses here. She's got roses behind her. Oh, loving it. Go back a little bit. There we go. All right, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Another page done. And on the back side here, all it's going to be is trimmed up to where I couldn't, in good quantity, put this where this whole thing was going to be her on her side. It just unnerved me. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue it down here. So it's going to be here. I'll probably take the tabs off. But it's going to be here where you can open this up and write all in here and here. And you can pop it open this way. And you have the ability to write downward, right? You open up here and you can write on this side. Close it up right here and up here. Okay, and then of course you have the whole page itself to write on, because all I'm covering is this little here, which we'll probably just glue down parts of and leave it as a tuck. So this has a nice fun, and I think we're going to take off these tabs. These would normally be for the envelope. I will take those tabs off and we will use them elsewhere, you know, as usual. But we're going to have this nice sort of folded out, you know, double, trifold type of weird thing that we can fold out and and write on in plenty of spaces. So this has definitely an extension, a very writable page. So that's what we are going to do with that page later. That's pretty much just ink cut and glue down. Nothing too fancy there. And then I just have to make something to put in here. I think I didn't glue that one down. So yeah, that one's just going to put something we get to tuck into here, sort of an extension of a nice little mirror. So maybe we'll have to decorate something here, and I'll have to make, again, and one more piece to tuck in here, but this is a wonderful writing space here. It was a page itself to be written on in the journal, so it definitely has that feel. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming on 20 minutes, which means 35 minutes or 55 minutes, so I am at my limit. So thank you so much for coming along with this journey. Next time you see it, all the inside panels will be done to my best ability, and we'll be working on figuring out how to cover this, whether it's a huge wrap to keep it contained or actually a spined cover to keep it pressed down as a photo book type thing, because it is a whopper and we have a full 32-page journal, naked journal in the middle of all of this. So lovely, gorgeous, loving it. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time and energy watching, crafting, doing something while you listen to me as we get another tipped in interactive piece done in our book. Yay! And it's lovely Waterfall. So love you all very much. Thank you for liking, loving, commenting, subscribing, and hitting the notifications so that you are aware of what I'm doing when I'm doing it and you don't miss out on anything. So love you all very much. Talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.